What's going on, guys? So today, first off, I want to say thank you. Today we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, and yeah, that's awesome. Honestly, it's been going a lot better than I thought it was going to go. Like, yeah, to be honest with you, Pokemon YouTubing is kind of saturated and it's kind of hard to, get started, but you guys have been awesome. And yeah, I'm looking forward to everything that's coming up. We're going to be having the YouTube playthrough of Mystery Dungeon, which is going to be cool when that game releases. Also, we may do Insurgents and Crystal Clear as well, because those are two of my favorite games. And I don't know, I may do a black version. If I can get my hands on a capture card, then we may be doing a black and white 2 version playthrough. And I'm gonna try to get all of the events in and stuff like that, and just do just a casual playthrough, because that's probably like one of my favorite games ever. But anyway, so we've got some cool things coming up. Obviously, with the new DLC update, we're gonna have a lot of content, in terms of that. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you, because you guys have been awesome, and you're definitely putting me in the right direction, and I just wanted to say thank you for your support. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield, and the idea that it's probably probably a good time for you to start thinking about transferring up some of your Pokemon. I'm not saying the Switch is perfect, but with Pokemon Home, you're going to have somewhat of a stable way to, retain some of your Pokemon, as we've seen with Pokemon Bank over the past couple years. But, we're getting to the point where, like, unless you have one of these, a GB01 cart reader, which essentially just you plug it in your computer, you put your cartridge onto it, and it saves and backs up all your data. Unless you have one of these, which these are fantastic, by the way, for all of the Gen 1, Gen 2 games. So I highly recommend this. You should check that out. GB01 cart reader. They're fantastic, made from submodule. But anyways, it's probably a good time for you to start thinking about transferring up some of your Pokemon. So this isn't necessarily a video like talking about all the returning Pokemon, but these are some of the Pokemon, if you have, let's say like you have a shiny in, Fire Red of Nidoran, you should probably transfer that up, because you never know when that battery is going to die. So that's probably a good concept to, maybe start thinking about. Anyways, Nidoran line. As we know, the Nidoran line is going to be coming back. I don't know why they weren't in the game to begin with, because considering it's a queen and a king in a, Sword and Shield game. Anyways, I don't understand the thought of that. Zubat, which is also, one of my favorite lines ever. I know everybody hates the Zubats, in caves, and that's like everybody's worst nightmare, but Crobat's my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. I love Crobat. Yeah, I just love Crobat. Psyduck and Golduck, cool. Slowbro, Magnemite, the Magnemite line with the Slowpoke line, as we already know. Slowbro's gonna be coming back because of Galarian Slowpoke, so, that's pretty cool. Magnemite, you get Magnezone, which is awesome. Chansey, I'm not really sure why they decided to go with Chansey, considering its base HP is so high with the Dynamax feature. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Kingdra is a very, very good Pokemon, so that's going to be awesome. Electabuzz, which is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. The birds, which is cool. We hopefully still get access to the original Zapdos, because original Zapdos is a fantastic Pokemon. As we said, Crobat, Azumarill, Kingdra, Slowking, Blissey, the dogs, Lugia and Ho-Oh, which is pretty cool. Metagross, which I'm stoked about. The Laddies, which are awesome. Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre. Yeah, such good Pokemon coming back. Garchomp. Any of your shinies that you caught in Usum from the wormholes, that was a really popular time to do some shiny hunting for the legendaries. Still a couple I'm missing, so I'm probably going to have to get those. But for the most part, I've got all the shinies of the legendaries from back when I was, playing by myself before I was doing YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, so there's, there's a lot of Pokemon that you should probably transfer up just to make sure that those Pokemon never get lost. Yeah, as we know, like a lot of these Pokemon too are going to be making their way back into the game. So like if you have some perfect ones, you know, you can use them in Wi-Fi battles with your friends, stuff like that. Lando, which is awesome. Volcarona, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. You know, priority max airstream with Talonflame. Yes, please, let's go. Aurorus, which is a cool Pokemon, you know, so like there are some really good Pokemon. You know, if you have your shiny versions from like the online competitions and use them, may as well transfer them up. Yeah, and then also there are the 35 Pokemon that were found in the game files that, you know, we kind of knew about. Let's see, transfer only Pokemon, you know, with Venusaur and Blastoise. So if you have shinies of those, you know, transfer those up. Mew, Celebi, if you have your virtual console Celebi and you got a shiny, get that. You know, Gen 5 legendaries. These Incineroar is especially important. If you have the Intimidate one from the old Pokemon Bank release, you know, the event a while back, I highly suggest transferring that up. At least, you know, I don't know if these Pokemon are going to be available as soon as Pokemon Home releases. I would assume they would be because of the fact that, you know, they're in the game data, so like I don't know how they would prevent that from being transferred in. But yeah, and then Melmetal as well, especially if you have a shiny Melmetal from Pokemon Go. So I actually have one as well, so I'm going to be transferring that in. Yeah, and then Marshadow, which is a really cool Pokemon. Honestly, like there's some really cool Pokemon coming back, and yeah, if you don't transfer all of your favorites up now, like I'm sure you're fine, but like we're starting to get to the age where like a lot of the older files or like a lot of the older batteries, especially on the older cartridges, are going to start going corrupt. So maybe it's probably to start, you know, probably start thinking about transferring those up. As I've said like 15 million times in this video, I'm sorry. But how do you do that exactly? So with the, I have this image here. Okay, so we're going to actually look at this real quick. So I'm not sure how many people have, you know, Pokemon from from the Game Boy Advance games. But with Ruby version and Sapphire version, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green, you can transfer them up into your Gen 4s through, I think it's called like the Poke Park or something like that. It's toward the end of the game, where you transfer them up and then you run into the park and you essentially have to re-catch them, which is pretty cool. That was a really cool feature. I like that. And then with the Nintendo DS games, so Gen 4 games, you know, Diamond Pearl, all that other stuff, you know, transfer those up into your Black and White, and from there it gets a lot easier. So from the Black and White games, you can actually use the Poke Transporter app, which is something that you can download on your 3DS or 2DS, and then you can transfer them into Pokemon Bank. Okay, so from Pokemon Bank, yeah, from Pokemon Bank, everything gets so much easier. You can transfer everything in from Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, from X and Y and Oris, and as well as the Virtual Console. You can transfer those all into Pokemon Bank. Now, you can't transfer, as most of you probably already know, you can't transfer Pokemon Sun and Moon games into the Auras or X and Y games, but you can transfer them upwards. So think of it as like a solid, you know, as a streamline, basically. So from, you know, it's going up. So you can't transfer them back, unfortunately. And the same concept is going to apply with Pokemon Home. So Pokemon Home is going to be the new feature. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about it. I am not saying that I'm gonna stop playing the older games, but I definitely want to get to the point where like we are starting to transfer up. I want to transfer up some of my favorites, some of my shinies, you know, most of my shinies, to make sure I don't lose them. You know, and that's probably the most important part of this video. You know, because I'd hate for, you know, you to lose some of your favorite Pokemon, not being able to transfer them up or whatever. But anyways, I don't know if there's going to be a subscription or not. I hope not, considering we already pay $20 a month for Nintendo Online, but we'll see. And then with Pokemon Home, you can transfer Let's Go games and Pokemon Go Pokemon into Home, and then you can transfer them in and out of Sword and Shield. So yeah, unfortunately they don't have back transferable, which I understand, you know, to make sure like people aren't cheating and stuff like that or genning Pokemon in. I don't know how they would send them to Pokemon Go, but you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited for Pokemon Home to come out. So I think it's going to be an awesome feature. I'm very, very excited for those. And a lot of those new Pokemon, a lot of the Pokemon, they're going to be coming back. So start working on some of those Pokemon. You know, if you have like shinies or anything, you know, get them up in the bank, just get them ready to go. But anyways, also guys, once again, thank you for the 500 subscriber mark. It's, yeah, really means a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to see like where the page goes, and I'm excited that we're growing. Our little page is growing. We've been doing this for a couple of months now, and honestly, we've seen some really good growth, you know, and I just wanted to thank you all for your support. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. And then once this, you know, Pokemon Home comes out, I'll definitely come out with a guide, you know, for you guys to, you know, kind of understand how to transfer Pokemon into Pokemon Home if you have questions. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.